This week's Parsha, Devarim, begins with the words, Eile ha-Devarim asher diber Moshe el kol bnei Yisrael. These are the words that Moshe spoke to all of the Jewish people. El kol bnei Yisrael, to all of the Jewish people. Why is there such an emphasis on this? So Rashi says because if you're walking down the street and you weren't there and somebody tells you something Moshe said, you can maybe argue with them. That's the practical reason. The Or HaChaim gives another answer. And he says Moshe's point here was twofold. Number one, he's teaching Torah, in which case you learned Torah and you might have forgotten something. And then if somebody else is learning Torah and didn't forget that, so how are they supposed to tell you what you've forgotten? You don't know what you've forgotten. So you have to be there for Moshe to teach you. And the second reason that Moshe is speaking, according to the Or HaChaim, is because he's giving rebuke to the Jewish people. Much like Rashi, he says, nobody else can give you the same rebuke that Moshe gave you. But in reality, all of these are true. And the real reason why the Jewish people need to all be gathered together is because we always need to be gathered together. Our strength is in our numbers. Our strength is in our unity together. The Jewish people messed up many times in history, and always our punishments were from a lack of caring about other people, about a lack of caring for each other. What we need to do is we need to strengthen that bond. You know, there are different kinds of trees. There's smaller trees and there's bigger trees. The biggest tree, or one of the biggest trees, and possibly my favorite tree, is the sequoia tree here in California. And the sequoia is very large, but if you look at it very carefully, you'll notice that its roots aren't any deeper than any other tree. So how is it that it can grow so large? It can only grow large because there are other sequoia trees around it. And they have a system wherein the roots of one sequoia tree feed and are fed by the roots of another sequoia tree. And that's why sequoia forests make large sequoia trees. We need to learn a lesson from that. We want to be a bigger, stronger, more powerful people. We need to become more unified. We need to care about each other. We need to care about every single Jew. And the more we do that, the closer we'll become to a stronger nation that will bring Mashiach and will end this galut, this exile that we're in. Shabbat Shalom.